I want to ask you, 35 years ago, you said the problem of Africa in general and Uganda in particular is not the people, but leaders who want to overstay in power. Now, you've seen that your country has now changed the two-term rule. They've changed the age limit, and there you are going for a sixth term. Why do you think that's a good thing? You call yourself still a freedom fighter. I want to read to you the words of your main opponent, Bobby Wine, young man who seems to have energized young crowds. He basically said in one of his songs, what was the purpose of liberation when we can't have a peaceful transition? Freedom fighters become dictators. He sang that in 2018 in the song Freedom. He has a point, right?
That is wrong.
Case. But here's the thing, Mr. President. There are 54 people who were killed in these in the situation by your security forces in November. Why does he have to campaign in a flak jacket? Why do 54 people have to die?
The 32 of the 54 were rioters attacking security forces.
That's a lie, and I'm going to show you.
In the space of a minute or so, 7 people were shot along this road. At least 4, perhaps 5 of them died. There is no evidence to suggest that any of these people were rioting.
No evidence whatsoever. Watch.
The 4 men seated on the left-hand side of police truck 17 should be easily identifiable by the Ugandan authorities, who claim to be investigating these shootings. From the balcony of an
Now watch this incident. From the balcony, okay?
Apartment, someone used a mobile phone to film one of these groups. They are looking east. Their
Nobody's rioting right there. They're all just watching, okay?
attention drawn by a fast approaching convoy. As it sweeps past, shots are fired and 2 women fall to the ground. The cars don't stop.
Nobody's rioting. This is senseless murdering of people in broad daylight.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
And yes, indeed, presenting to you from these United States of the America, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching me. My name is Mordecai Marissa, and you're welcome to Mordecai Marissa Live. Exactly. I hope, folks, you are having fun. Welcome back from the Christmas and Boxing Day. Are you ready for 2026? I think you are, because I am. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to all of you that are subscribing to this feed, Mordecai Marissa Live on YouTube, and then Mordecai Marissa on Facebook, Mordecai Marissa on Twitter or X platform, and Mordecai Marissa on TikTok. We've hit 400,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok, over 100,000 on Facebook, and over 40,000 on X platform, formerly Twitter. We're almost hitting 50,000 on YouTube. Go on and join us. I'll truly appreciate it. So like this video as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at Maseveni once again. Mastered gaslighting and lying. Extremely confident in telling lies. Has no respect for human conversations, for interactions. He has no respect. He engages in blatant lies. Unafraid, unrestrained, unbelievable. Okay. Are you ready? Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during the lead up to 2021 elections, President Yoweri Kaguta Maseveni, the president of Uganda, found himself under what you could describe as intense scrutiny when he was interviewed on a few events that were going on in Uganda, unfortunate events. And one of the platforms where he was questioned was CNN, when he appeared on a show with Christian Amanpo. He was confronted by his own words from the 1980s, where he famously declared that the problem of Africa were leaders who overstayed in power, who cling on to that power for too long. Now, cornered by that question, Maseveni hastily attempted to rewrite history. He engaged in a revisionist history where he started saying, oh, what I meant was actually folks who stay in power extra-constitutionally. He never said that, but now he's able to amend the words he said in 1980s. Now, the interview really took a very beautiful twist when it became intense, when Maseveni was pressed on his continued repression of Bobby Wine. Christian was able to quote a few words from Bobby Wine's songs. One of them is a line where it says, what was the purpose of the liberation when we cannot have a peaceful transition? Freedom fighters becoming dictators. And Maseveni was like, no. He went into normal stuff he usually does. Deflection, gaslighting, not only that, unsolicited lectures, and utter and complete confidence in lies. Let's jump right in, and you're going to see here. And I've attached a few videos that are going to show you how he lies without fear.
President Maseveni, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
Okay, listen, I want to start by asking you, 80% of your country is under 35 years old. They weren't even born when you first came into office. And they really seem to want to change. They want jobs. Why do you think you deserve another term?
Well, because I am the one who enabled the 80% to survive.
Right away, the shamelessness. I am the one who has enabled the 80% to survive. How did you do that, creative people?
Childhood diseases, and we have given them education, and we have given them a base for the economy, and we have a good budget, and we can support them. We can support those youth.
So, Mr. President, as I said, they want jobs. Uganda today remains one of the poorest countries in the whole wide world and depends hugely on foreign assistance. I want to ask you, 35 years ago, you said the problem of Africa in general and Uganda in particular is not the people, but leaders who want to overstay in power. Now, you've seen that your country has now changed the two-term rule. They've changed the age limit, and there you are going for a sixth term. Why do you think that's a good thing?
You should check your facts. It is the fifth fastest growing economy in the whole world.
Now, I want to pause here and tell you one thing. He's quoting some statistics or studies where they placed Uganda as the fifth fastest growing economy in the entire world. I will guarantee you, this research he's trying to quote has been made by some folks in Europe or America. But in this interview, it's going to be like, we don't take lectures from the USA. America or Europe is good when he wants to use it for his own advantage. Oh, I'm going to use this study to show you how good I am. But when America says, okay, I think Uganda is one of the worst when it comes to democracy and respect of human rights, he says, no, we don't take lectures from those people in the West.
You should check your facts. It's about to become a middle-income country.
I don't know how many times they've said that Uganda is going to become the middle-income status. And Magufuli, president of Tanzania, former president, he died after having helped his country reach the middle-income status. Maseveni has been beating this drum forever. When is this coming to fruition?
Now, regarding the politics, the management of society, yes, I said staying in power for a long time without democracy. Without democracy. Mark those words.
We don't have democracy.
But if it is the democratic will of the people, because we have got so many things to deal with, if we need all hands on board, then it's correct that we have all hands on board.
You call yourself still a freedom fighter. I want to read to you the words of your main opponent, Bobby Wine, young man who seems to have energized young crowds. He basically said in one of his songs, what was the purpose of liberation when we can't have a peaceful transition? Freedom fighters become dictators. He sang that in 2018 in the song Freedom. He has a point, right?
That is wrong. We have been having transition. We have been having transition by having elections. Every 5 years we have elections, and if the people didn't want to give us a mandate, they would vote us out.
What he's trying to say, that we've been having transition from Maseveni to Yoweri Kaguta, from Kaguta Maseveni to Maseveni Yoweri. It's been from Maseveni to Maseveni. And he wants to play this game that, these elections have been sort of free and fair. These have been sham elections where folks are abducted. Chiza Besigye is arrested and taken to northern Uganda and is kept in prison, where Bobby Wine is kept under house arrest when the election is going on, where folks are abducted. Campaigning team of Bobby Wine abducted. Many of them are tortured. Others are killed. Are those elections complete sham stuff?
Well, we've seen it. We've interviewed Bobby Wine. It's all over the international press that he has been, attacked. A member of his team has been killed. He is not able to go to big rallies. He's been jailed. How is that fair in terms of a level playing field for contesting the elections?
Well, first of all, we have saved our people from dying in big numbers.
Liar.
From corona. Have you heard of corona?
Again, there he goes. He is always the wisest man. Look at him. Oh, have you heard of corona? I'm going to teach you about corona. What do you mean, sir? He assumes this position all the time that, hey, I am this wise man. Let me tell you about things you do not know. And Christian was like, what's going on with you, guy?
Corona has been killing people and has killed very many people in Europe and in the United States. Here, we have only lost about 300 people now. We have been able to do that by stopping public gatherings. Now, Mr. Bobby Wine was one of the people who was defying that. In other words, causing the death of the spread of the virus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lying man. He doesn't care. He's a liar. I don't know how he's so confident with his lies. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, roll the clip. Maseveni was observing the standard operating procedures. He didn't have crowds, no people. Roll the clip.
At Busia Main Market, Maseveni's supporters gathered outside, chanting party slogans. They barely had masks and violated social distancing guidelines.
They barely had masks and violated social distancing guidelines. But he says, oh, it's actually been Bobby Wine who has been violating these guidelines. This is Maseveni. He doesn't even say, oh, if he really cared about, I want to make sure that we fight COVID-19, then he probably would say, I'm not going to be addressing, I'm not going to be holding this event if we have all these people congregating in one area. He would ask them to go back home, but he doesn't care. Rules for thee and rules for thee, not for me. Let's enforce the standard operating procedure when it is Bobby Wine having all these gatherings. But when it is Maseveni, he actually comes out of his car, waves at people who do not care about standard operating procedure.
In total disregard of the COVID-19 preventive measures.
In total disregard of the COVID-19 preventive measures. Look at that. Then he went on to open that market. Let's go back to the lies of Maseveni. I cannot help but wonder how this man is so confident in telling lies. Okay.
That's how he ran into conflict with the law. That's how it all started. And then they tried.
Well, if you're watching this, that means you're watching me from Facebook, you're watching me from TikTok and Twitter, or X, formerly Twitter. You can watch the entire thing by heading over to my YouTube channel, Mordecai Murisa Live. Watch the entire interview where Maseveni continues to embarrass himself in unbelievable fashion. He engages in complete and utter lies, gaslighting, deflections, and unsolicited lectures like he usually does. But Amanpo doesn't let him get away with murder. Watch the entire thing on my YouTube, Mordecai Murisa Live.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.